You could be chucking the stick with the dagger. You could be chucking the hand with the arm with the dagger. You could be chucking the hand with your hand. Arm this way. You could chuck in this way. Okay. For right now, for today, just to make it easier, we'll just use the dagger for right now. Sure. Later on, it's better to use your hand because you can be grabbing if you chuck the stick. So the rule is when they're attacking high, you kind of low, when they're attacking low, you kind of high. So again, 1, we go low. 2, we go low. 3, we go high. 4, we go high. 5, we go down. 6, we go high. 7, go down. 8, we go high. 9, we go low. 10, we go high. That's the only one's going to mess you up. 11, vertical. 12, high. Okay? See if you can remember those. Go high, you go high low, you go high high. Okay? You can add in a dagger if you want to. What we do after that is we're going to come across the left. So you go underneath, you hook backwards. So notice how it's not like this you can pull it out. Okay? So when I come across, I want to make sure I'm pulling this back, pushing the stick forward. Okay? So if my stick is already down and he thrusts high, because he wouldn't thrust low because the sticks are in the way. He thrusts high, I catch it here. If my stick is up, he thrusts to that side, then I'll block it first. Then if he thrusts again, then I'll hook it. Now as I hook it, I take this stick, I put it underneath my armpit. Okay? Now at this point, I can do a few things. I could be stabbing him with the dagger. I could be locking his hand because if he decided to let go of the stick right now, he can get himself up. Back up. Okay? If he lets go of the stick, he can get himself up. In the meantime, I can thrust him with the dagger while he's doing that. Okay, so before he even lets go of the stick, through here. Boom. Thrust. Before he even lets go of the stick, I could be thrusting him with the dagger. Once, twice, whatever else. Or I could act to just grab his wrist right here with the dagger. And I'm not holding it with my fingers like this. I'm going to stick the button over and pull it into my wrist. So even if he lets go of the stick right now, I still have him locked. Okay? Now at this point, I can't really thrust him, I can't really strike him, so the only thing left to do is either get him locked, headbutt him, throw him. Okay? So, one more time. I use it this time. So you don't throw. One more time. We start here. Strike a few times. Pull the hand back so the palm is still up. Pull the hand back as I push the tip forward. This will get it locked so you can't pull it out again. Okay? And as I do that, I'm not going to pull it up here because now he might thrust me in the stomach. That's where the opening is. So as I do this here, I kind of pull it down. I can go like this to trap it right away, or I can keep the stick up. But I go like this, so my stick is down so it's trapped. So now if he's going to decide to thrust me, he thrusts low, he can't get through. He thrusts in the stomach from there? No. Okay, so if he thrusts me high, so now I hook his wrist and grab the stick. He can let go right away, I thrust him right away. Okay, or if he still has a stick, pretend you have a stick in your hand. Oh, we'll do it again. Okay, so after we do this here, you lock, yeah, thrust in there. Catch the wrist right away, so that even if he lets go of the stick, you still have his arm locked. Then you can let go and throw, or you can make him go down to the ground. Okay, so that's the first one we'll do. These are called Serra Toda. It means total lock. These are very hard to do, obviously, because you're messing around with blades. Okay, but this is one of the cool things that eventually you guys will get good at. But try to do this. I'll do a more flexible wrist. And you come under here, you thrust, you catch it, lock the stick here right away. For me, it really, now I'm trying to hold on to two things. You can still let go of your stick and you can still get out. But for me, it's easier to go into the armpit. And like I said, when you do that, there's more chance that it's going to pop out of their hand. And then you don't end up in your lock, which is what you were trying to do to begin with. So take your time. Get it in. And like I said, a couple ways you can get this to work better. Make sure you pull this down. And see how I'm taking the tip of my stick? Let it drop. Because I bring this up higher. This way it's easier to catch yours. Okay? Give them their target. So when I shift, I come back this way. See, so now it's harder for the thrust because it'll cross his body. When he does that, I can move out of the way easier. Okay, and that gives you more time. Then you can get in your lock here. When you do this, you gotta kind of pull the wrist up and force this into his elbow. That gets it to lock better. And you can try and step back. You can make him sit down or throw him or whatever else. You can hold it here if you want to. Maybe you can trap it here. Okay, try that one a few times more. When you get it done, I'll show you one other way you can get to that from number 2 angle instead. Okay. On the number 2 angle, I'm going to go over the top like I was doing the number 4 disarm. And I come across this way. So now his palm is turned over the other way. And it's locked in my armpit. So I could be thrusting him here. Okay. So now this one's actually a little bit easier because now my dagger is free. So now as I sink, when he thrusts, you could decide to thrust low. It'll be harder because he's turning against his body still. I can still pull this way. And if he decides to go high, I don't have to try and catch it right away with this dagger with the stick that's locking. If he thrusts high, I can use my dagger first. Push it down into the elbow, and then catch it with my stick. And I can do the same thing. I can sink low. It's the same way. If he let go of his stick, he can get out. I can trap it with the wrist the same way. But then I sink low the same way, and I could be thrusting at the same time. Now my dagger is free to be thrusting, as I got the whole lock. But I can step back, twist. When he falls, okay, then you can thrust him a few times. Okay. So the only difference is in the beginning is the number 2 angle. I'm going to go over and trap the stick, and I still come across it as if I'm thrusting. So watch my stick. I go here. 1, 2. Tip down. There's up. So what? And I move. If you thrust, I can use my dagger first. Step in. Then lock. Then sink. Step backwards. Okay. And it's still. You get to the point where it's like, if I just let go of my weapons, I can get free. But if you both have a stick and dagger, you're going to be real slow to give up your weapons. People aren't going to think of that right away. Okay, especially if they got a knife in their hands, they're going to keep my weapons. Okay, so it doesn't happen as quick as you think it will. Alright, try that one then, number 2. Okay. So what you have to remember is this is also one of the hardest parts of stick and dagger. It's not just striking, it's trying to lock. Give them their openings. I don't want to have to worry about where the heck the tiny blade is going to go. I want to tell you where to put it. Okay, so when I come down here, see how I do this? I step off to the side. If I'm over here like this, that blade could be coming anywhere. He's stabbing the head, and the body, and the leg, whatever he wants to. When I like him this way, I step to the side. Now he's either going to come over his arm or under his arm. By bringing his arm down low, he can come under his arm if he wants to, but he's not going to get anything. Okay, I mean, could you stab me from there? No. Not without getting disarmed. Okay, so I know he's going to come high. And I move my body, okay, to the side. So your body positioning and the arm positioning is extremely important. So another one, the second one we did, number 2. This one is the same one. So I do this, I move my body this way. And I lean away and pull the arm down. Okay? It could disarm him. I could stab him in the meantime. Okay? He could come low, but unless he really dives underneath his stick, in which case I'll probably disarm him, it's not going to work. He could try coming over the stick, which is where I hope he's going to come. Okay? There's all other kinds of these. So, for example, we're locking the stick first using our stick. I could be using the dagger here to get my first lock in. Okay? By using my dagger, by going like this, where could he thrust me right now? Anywhere else? Anywhere else? He could pretty much pick where he wants to thrust me. I need to tell him. That's too much for me to try to block. So I go under here. I'll thrust him low. I'll step off to the side, and I'll thrust him low. Okay? So if he wants to try and thrust me low, he's turning right into my blade. If he wants to try and thrust me high, this is kind of open up here. He might turn into it, but if he decides to come low too, I could be blocking him at the same time. It's crowded down here. So if he comes high, I'll lock. And you can continue locking, or you can strike and throw the same way. Okay? I could do it this way. Step the same way. But instead of thrusting low, I'll hook it up high. Okay? I could be thrusting him, I could just be locking. So if he was going to thrust me, he could try thrusting me high, but I'd block it. Or stab him at the same time. Okay? So if he tries thrusting me low, now I know he's going to thrust me low. I'll lock that first. Underneath. Okay? Or you can trickle behind and lock in. It's all about telling them where to go. So once you start learning where your arms and knife go, you have to remember your stance, your body turning, moving the sticks to give your partner opening. So help your partners too when they're going. Do you remember the first one? Let's see. You're locking sideways underneath.
Oh, yep. Sorry, come
Through, and then pull it across. Okay. Tell your partner if he's up here like this, I'm gonna tell him, be like, I might stab you low from here. Okay. If your partner's waiting for you to come high, you gotta tell him, you know, honestly, if this were a real fight, I wouldn't stab you right there. Okay. So you know, tell your partner, bring down whatever they're gonna do. Same thing when you guys start using knives more, which we'll do on Sunday maybe. You know, tell your partner, you know, when we're practicing our knife drills. Are you right-handed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, put it in your right hand. So when we're practicing our knife drills, I'm practicing my knife defense. Okay, and we're practicing stabbing. Okay, so we're stabbing, and every time he stabs, he comes forward. Look at me. Okay, that's your job. If you're looking at me, and I got my hands like this, you gonna try stabbing me? Maybe not. What else might you do? You could go for my face. Might try cutting me in the hands. Okay? If I'm like this, you're gonna try to come down on my head. What might you do? He's gonna come for my stomach.